I also want to speak to some of the things that that have been in place before even the Stonechild inquiry. And this morning, I know that the chief took a bit of a hit on some issues, and with respect to the way that policing is looked at in the city of Saskatoon. Again, as a result of the Stonechild inquiry report, the establishment of a sudden death review committee has been in place, is in place now. And in September, which is comprised of 3 senior officers within the organization. This means that investigations into sudden deaths can no longer be concluded without the approval of the committee. The committee has reviewed and concluded 17 suspicious death files and is currently reviewing 36 cases at this time. So there has been some work done by the police service inside to start, I guess, addressing some of the fallout as a result of the Stonechild inquiry and the other cases of Aboriginal people being found out in the fields frozen to death. I just want to say also that further to the committee, it has been inviting many police services and agencies and other again stakeholders to share any ideas that they are currently exploring to attract First Nations and Aboriginal people into policing, and many of the other issues. And certainly people here that are here today, it is your I believe as a First Nation, it is your responsibility to come forward with any ideas or any solutions to the problem that you may think you have, and approach one of the members of the subcommittee. And I would encourage you to do that, because we all have to work very hard on this. Now, I want to speak to issues and concerns that may impact on the success or failure of the work that is currently being undertaken. It has been brought to light that problems within the Saskatoon Police Service existed prior to the Stonechild inquiry report. We all know that. The report has uncovered a mess within the service and within the system, just the system. We need to ask ourselves, where do we go from here? Do we want to support the idea of a self-administered policing model for Saskatoon and other locations? And I'm going to go out on a limb here, because this was, it has been brought up by many people, and I want to ask questions around that, I guess, and these questions are, if that is the case, what is that going to entail? Do we have the resources? Do we have the infrastructure and the capacity to start all over again? While this may become a reality in the future, presently we have an opportunity to affect change by becoming involved in the present system. There has never been a more opportune time to do this, because there is some political will within the Saskatoon City Council to hear out their Aboriginal constituents. The City of Saskatoon and its police service no longer want to be exposed to the world on how it treats our Aboriginal people. Having said all of this, there are many issues and barriers that need to be addressed. There is general knowledge that racism exists in police forces. This is supported by many studies and inquiries out there. Some of these include the Royal Commission on Aboriginal Peoples, the Commission on First Nations and Métis Justice Reform, and the inquiry and the investigations into the freezing death of Aboriginal men in Saskatoon, and so on. We all know those studies, and we all know what is the emphasis coming out of some of those recommendations, particularly the Commission on First Nations and Justice Reform. All stakeholders need to acknowledge and accept that racism exists and do their part to affect change and reduce its harm. And as a commissioner on the Police Commission, I can't say enough that we need to start addressing this very, very crucial issue. The media and publications are having a heyday in promoting doubt and doing personal character assassinations on those Aboriginal people that have come forward to disclose the wrongdoing of police services and the justice system. We are being blamed for the high rate of crime and accused of using political expediency to affect the outcome of these investigations. So the question may be, as political community leaders, how do we use the media and other communication methods to send a more accurate account of the issues that are affecting our people, or do we do anything at all? I can go on and I can go on and cite many issues and problems that perhaps you are aware of, but I will conclude by encouraging all people from all walks of life in this community to come together and see how we can affect change. Change, I think that was that became as a result of all of the inquiries, particularly on the inquiry relating to the death of Neil Stonechild. We cannot, I think, let the death of a young man go without honoring him by coming together as a community and engaging in real dialogue to change the way that policing exists in the city of Saskatoon.